May of 2015, the Ida Stone Jones Tennis Center was formally announced to the public, and on March 14th of 2016, the tennis courts were formally opened.
Today may have been the only day that the weather's actually held off for since we started this project, and my, what a long project it's been. Nell Bigger and I earlier today were trying to figure out exactly when we started, and it's been so long we just give up. We're not even going to try. But you know, this is one of those projects that that truly is a community project, and you can't understand what this project is without understanding some of the people involved in tennis in Bristol, and that's what we wanted to do today, is recognize some of those people along with the court. And first of all, I want to recognize Rogers McCall. Rogers came to us with a vision a couple years ago and a drawing, and said we were going to build tennis courts, and he never gave up. And what I've learned from Rogers, his tennis goes back quite a few years. Back to 1974 when he brought NJTL to Bristol, and he's been supporting the National Junior Tennis League since 1974. And I can tell you, a lot of people participated in that program, including myself, right here at the Central sites in 1974, that first year. So everything's come full circle. Rogers has never backed off from tennis. He believes that tennis is for everyone, and that's part of what we're here today with these courts, is so that tennis truly is for everyone. So next I'd like to introduce Gary Lilly. If you could come up. Director of Schools for Bristol, Tennessee.
Thank you very much. You know, I don't remember exactly when it was, but Mrs. Nell Bigger approached me about a public-private partnership. And if any of you know Mrs. Bigger, you know that she's one of those people who gets things done. So when she had approached me with an idea, I listened, because I knew that there was a high probability that she could help us get it done. And so it was very exciting. I'd already talked to Rogers, but very exciting to hear her ideas for a public-private partnership to build the Ida Stone Jones Community Tennis Center, and we are so fortunate to be standing here today. So I think that Nell also deserves a round of applause. Please join me. There are so many people to thank, and with the weather like it is, I'll try to abbreviate that to some extent, but certainly we owe a debt of gratitude to the Homer A. and Ida Stone Jones Charitable Trust. Without that organization, this would not have been possible at all. And there are so many others to thank. If you will look at your program, on the inside of the program, you will see the folks that have made this center possible. So a huge thank you to all of you. Whether you gave $25 or $25,000 or more, it was important, and that's why we are here today. I'd also like to thank the Bristol, Tennessee City Schools Foundation. The foundation played an integral role in helping promote the project and serving as the infrastructure to accept donations from both individuals and businesses and industries, and we appreciate that. You know, it is a tremendous facility. It is so beautiful, but really at this part, this is where the fun starts, and we get to work on programming for students in the community. That takes equipment, that takes somebody to organize those things. So really the fundraising is not completely finished. So Rebecca Craddock, wave those donation cards. We have more donation cards, and we are happy to accept your donations for that. But thanks again, and with that I will turn it back over to Mr. Napier. Thank you.
Thank you, Gary. And now we'll hear from Councilman Jack Young.
Thank you for coming out for this great occasion. We know what's up next, and I just want to say thank you on behalf of my fellow council members. The majority of them are in Nashville today due to a previous commitment, but it's so much about what the community has poured out to make this happen today. And I hope some of you who are here playing today will be able to look back and say, it's not just those who remember when Central was here or attended Central, but I remember, and I got to play on those when I was that age. Or I remember, and isn't it a great vision to see what it took a vision, it took some people to create the Big Mo, John Maxwell's law of momentum, to make these things happen, and that's what Nell Beager and the Stone family helped bring to fruition. And here we are today, and so congrats, and let's get that first serve on.
Good afternoon. My mom, Lee Powers, could not be with us, and she has asked me to deliver her thoughts today on her behalf. It is with great regret that I'm unable to be with you today, but with absolute delight that today we commemorate the true celebration of community at its best. Several years ago, Brennan Rockert, Rogers McCall, and others worked diligently to bring the National Junior Tennis League, the NJTL, by holding clinics for several children throughout our community, many of whom participants through various nonprofits so they could participate in the game of love, tennis. Fast forward several years later to almost 3 years ago, after my being seated on our city council, that Rogers McCall appeared in my office with plans in his hand of the beautiful facility where we stand today. Those plans were placed in the incredible, capable hands of City Manager Bill Sora and the Parks and Recreation Director Terry Napier, who worked with Dr. Gary Lilly, Director of Bristol, Tennessee City Schools, and Mr. Ed Depute, Project Manager of our school system. With affirmation of both the Bristol City Council, Board of Education, the plan was affirmed and public monies budgeted, but not nearly enough to construct what you see here today. Another tennis advocate that dropped her shoulder to breathe life into this project is Ms. Nell Beager. Nell secured funding through the Ida S. Jones Foundation to give this project the financial lift required to make this a reality. The Ida S. Jones Foundation, for whom this facility is named, along with municipal funding, still needed additional private funding to make it a go. Today, we would also like to extend our heartfelt thanks to Vicki and Bob Byers, the parents of Gray Byers. Gray passed away as a junior at Tennessee High. Gray was an avid tennis player, medal soccer teammate, and friend to all who had good fortune to be his friend, teammate, or acquaintance. In honor of Gray, his parents began a scholarship fund in his name, believing that now is the right time and that this is the right project. Bob and Vicki have generously donated the principal of that fund so that this project, one that Gray would have loved, could be completed. The Champions Court, Court Number 1, will now be known as the Gray Byers Champions Court. So as mentioned earlier, today we celebrate the many acts of kindness, a city government, a school board working in tandem, the hard work and diligence of many individuals, the Gray Byers family, and the Ida S. Jones Foundation, all working collaboratively for the greater enrichment of our Bristol community. Many thanks.
Well, I'm hoping Bob and Vicki will come up and say just a few words. I have been fortunate enough to be involved with the foundation since its inception 10 years ago. And Bob and Vicki approached me, I guess, around Christmas time and asked about some ideas to do something with the foundation funds. And this kind of was just a perfect fit. Everything kind of lined up. So, Bob and Vicki, if you want to step up, Dr. Lilly.
And certainly I'll echo David's words that for us, trying to find a way to share the gift that had been given to us by many of you, family members, friends, a lot of folks in the community that we didn't even know, reached out to us at the time immediately following Gray's accident and showed us a depth of compassion, kindness, and generosity that helped us when we really needed that type of support the most. So for us, this particular project seemed like the perfect fit. As Elise said, a collaborative effort from the city level and then also individuals. So it was a great way for us to share that gift back in a project that would delight Gray if he were with us today. So it's with a great deal of pleasure that we present a check to the city school system for $40,000 to give us that opportunity to demonstrate how important your support was to us. And just so excited about it and look forward to many years of the citizens of Bristol enjoying this beautiful facility. Thank you.
To close out the ceremony, Bob Helton and Rogers McCall delivered the first serves on the new championship court.